Hey everybody, welcome back. Stranger Things review geek out time, where we're going to talk all about Stranger Things Season 3, and at this point, we just saw the finale. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
After like 21 hours.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about everything. There's going to be all kinds of spoilers here. You can talk all the spoilers you want in the comments, whatever. Obviously, we've seen the whole thing. If you're watching this, hopefully you've seen the whole thing.
Or you're Kathy or Mike.
Right, or that type that likes spoilers before you watch things, which is... so defeats the purpose of going on the ride. Mm-hmm. But to each their own, whatever. I'm not going to judge. I mean, I am, but I'm not going to tell you.
He is so totally judging you.
But that being said, you know, we've done one of these for every single episode, and I almost talked to her. I almost said we should wait till tomorrow, but she's afraid she'll forget everything, and we started talking about it, and it's like, screw it, let's just do the review so we can have them done. But yeah, so spoiler warning. Oh, God.
Sorry.
That's the end of the review. No, alright, so it was epic. It was a great conclusion. I feel very satisfied. I was sad. I was teary-eyed.
I was not.
Yeah, we'll get into it. But again, we'll explain a little bit of why my theory you weren't as other than just the fact you don't get as emotional about things as I do.
Hold her a bitch, baby.
I wouldn't go that far. But, yeah, no, I mean, I think it all concluded really well. It wrapped up nicely, you know, kind of, if we didn't know that they were planning on 4 or 5 seasons, and if we didn't both already know that there was a post-credit scene, which is, if you saw our episode 7 video, that's what she was worried I might consider a spoiler, you could believe that this was the end of the series. I mean, it really did wrap it up that well. That being said, because I knew they were planning on doing like 5 seasons, and I already knew there was a post-credit scene, I would not have necessarily
considered 5 seasons.
Right, and I would not have considered that a spoiler knowing that, but not knowing that, then maybe that would have been a little bit spoilery because it would give the indicator that it doesn't wrap up, but you know, it feels like it did. So, anyways, we covered that. I'm glad Steve is alive. I'm glad Dustin's alive. I'm glad all the kids are alive. Surprised how much I felt for Billy when he died.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to live through this, but he got a better death than I expected. Yeah,
and I think it was fairly well earned, and you know, now Max has to deal with that in the future. If Max comes back, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do for a 4th season. Will it be much later in the future? Will they come back? Will it focus on the buyers and a new group of people, or will it come back to Hawkins and just focus on who's left, or what? You know. And I've got issues with Joyce moving them all away, but we'll get to that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, effects and everything are fantastic. Action's fantastic. They did a great job with the mystery this year, just keeping you engaged, and every single story kept me engaged, and there was nothing I was like, don't cut to this, I want to go back to that. So this is definitely right up there with season 1, at least immediately after seeing it. So I'll give some processing to it later, but yeah, and all the mall stuff was fantastic. Oh my god, our Terminator dude though, there was a moment when he's fighting Hop at the end, he makes like a grimace face, and I'm like, that is Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 80s right there. I mean, that was his face. All the while Hop doing the Indiana Jones thing, and I knew Russian guy was going in the machinery. I just thought it would happen a little bit sooner. But even kind of gives Harrison Ford Indiana Jones line right before he tosses him. I forget exactly, was it just a go to hell, I think?
I think so, yeah.
But still, the way he delivered it really invoked that, so that was very cool.
Yeah. By the way, we forgot to say the title of the episode.
Oh yeah, episode 8. I don't fucking care. What was it called?
The Battle of Starcourt.
The Battle of Starcourt. You know, if I'd actually thought about it, I could have probably remembered that one. But yeah,
it was quite the fight.
Yeah, no, the fireworks stuff was really awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, visually, that was pretty spectacular.
Didn't do as much damage as I thought it would, but yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, and I'm very fascinated with
especially considering how much the thing hates like fire and heat and whatnot.
Yeah, but that's probably why it was as effective as it was, come to think of it, you know, because otherwise it would just be noisy and startly and maybe a tiny bit burny, but, you know, burning. But...
you know how many people blow fingers off their hands?
To a monster that gigantic and that impenetrable, maybe, I mean, yes, to a normal human being.
Yes. To a giant-sized creature, the amount of damage probably does get decreased.
Right, that's what I meant.
But they're easier to hit.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And oh my god, and the car stuff with Billy gonna charge right at him, and I'm like, how long is Nancy just gonna stand there when that gun was empty? She ain't gonna try and jump out of the way or something. Mm-hmm. But it was very cool that then Steve, you know, saves the day yet again.
It's the Todd's father.
Mm-hmm. Babysitter Steve is like, the kids are in danger. Let me get them. Oh my god, Dustin's girlfriend. I love that she turned out to be real.
Yeah, I figured she would be.
I kind of did too.
See, I didn't make this prediction because I didn't know if it was going to be a spoiler.
Well, no, it's a prediction you can make. I told you can make predictions.
No, because it regarded the post-credit scene. Or mid-credit scene.
Okay.
This is, I didn't know you would consider knowledge that there is a mid-credit scene a spoiler. I did not make this prediction.
Most of the time, I don't consider that a spoiler, but again, had I not known they were going to make more seasons...
Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, again, we're in circles, so...
It's like...
Yeah.
Actually, my prediction was that she was going to be the teaser, and there was going to be something weird happening at wherever she's at.
Oh, like she was bait for Dustin or something to set up a future thing. Like somebody was kind of using her.
Not maybe so much as bait as just that she somehow, because she's super smart and everything, there's something in her neck of the woods.
I see, and then calls Dustin like, hey, we call the Ghostbusters. But she was cute, and them singing that song was adorable.
Did you ever actually watch the story?
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, you really think there's movies that you've seen that I haven't, but there are.
No, the fantasy genre is usually outside your territory.
No, I saw at least the first couple. I do not think I ever saw the third one.
I think I may have seen the third.
But yeah, no, I love the Never-Ending Story. That was a good one. And of course, I mean, it gets pretty dark, so of course I would love the Never-Ending Story. But you're right, since I didn't see The Dark Crystal, I didn't, until I was older. And Labyrinth. That was a fair question, a fair assumption that maybe I hadn't. But no, I really did enjoy those movies.
Yeah, there's some things in there that scarred children.
Yeah, that's why I liked it. But yeah, that was adorable that they were singing that, but even more adorable when Lucas and Max were just totally messing with Dustin. I like Susie Poo and Dusty
Bunny?
Dusty Bunny, yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. That was awesome. And I love when he had the radio over. And you caught that she had his old hat. Mm-hmm. I didn't actually pick up on that, but you caught that. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I know we'll be all over the place here, but also I really liked, because I was talking about this and with her, and it's like I want to say it here, is when Steve and Robin went up to get the video store job. Mm-hmm. And I love that it was the arcade was on the corner and the arcade guy was now working at the video store. I think that was awesome.
That guy has been typecast so badly.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, he's in great stuff, so he can have a con career, if nothing else, convention career, if nothing else, I'm sure. But I love the video store hiring process, because I know maybe a lot of people that watch don't remember video stores, or at least have never worked there. I work, like most of my jobs, every job pretty much I ever had was in a movie theater or in a video store. And I worked at all the independent stores. Like, if you tried to get a job at a Blockbuster, they didn't care. It's corporate, it's bullshit. I still hate Blockbuster. I always hated Blockbuster because they shut down so many great video stores. Point being, it's true that if you try to get a job at a regular video store, that is part of the hiring process. Is like, what's your top 3 favorite movies? Or I remember like job applications asking for your favorite 5 movies or some of your favorite directors.
I would fail if that's so bad. It's because I'm not good at choosing favorites at all.
Well, it's not even so much about choosing favorites. They weren't like, you have to tell me your absolute favorite, but it's like some of the things you really love. The point being, the fun thing about that is what happened there is very, very true. Because even without the stumbling, if you just started naming like super mainstream stuff, or if you had any Steven Spielberg on there, most of the stores aren't going to hire you. And it's not because they wouldn't respect that those movies or those filmmakers are good, but because they wanted people that were more knowledgeable, weren't just mainstream movies, but knew something about movies, so they could really be helpful in recommending things to people. They were looking for people with a bit more, not necessarily obscure, but not just totally like, what's the top 5 movies in the cinema in the last decade kind of thing. So that was just one of those little touches that I thoroughly appreciated. That was so cool for me. I was like, yep, that's how it works. That was truly part of it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I know I told you this. I'm not sure if I actually said it on camera or not. The whole thing with the chemicals. You
can say it again real quick just in case you didn't.
Okay, because I have a feeling I don't, because we talked before we actually review sometimes,
yeah.
Sometimes, but I was just like, I think, if I just say, God, I feel like too long. The whole thing with the chemicals, because they never outright said what was going on with the people and the animals eating all the chemicals after they got turned.
That's true. They never really did explain that.
But I'm pretty sure what it was a way to help the bodies actually break down.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the people that looks like they kind of look like they were on death's doorstep anyway, especially towards the end.
Yeah.
This is just like the sheer willpower of the mind flayer maybe holding their human shape together to begin with.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, soon as I got close to it, bloop.
I love the call signs for everybody. The Scoop Troop.
Yeah.
The Griswolds, or Griswold family, whatever it was, which
Yeah.
is because they had the not the SUV, what do you call those?
The Woody?
Yeah, that's not the word I'm looking
Station
for.
wagon.
Station wagon, thank you. And Bald Eagle, of course, that was fantastic.
Guy. I love that guy. I'm not sure who he is, but I love him.
I know, I've seen him in other things, and I'm glad he's sticking around, so hopefully we'll get more of him in the future.
He's probably looking at Joyce going, I'm not dating you.
Joyce, it's very bad luck with men. Although I have a theory, I'm going to go ahead and throw out my theory for next season, that Hopper's not actually dead, that somehow he survived, and he's the American in the cell in the post-credit scene, but also perhaps maybe just before the blow-up, since she had to kind of look away to turn the keys, which I don't think that would really work that way, turning it with a belt like that. Which also reminded me of Superman 3. But I think maybe he possibly dove into the Upside Down. I could see, like, you know what? I'm going to definitely die here. I'm going to take my chances here.
Yeah. And it's quite possible, because I guess where they did say that the Russians were trying to do several of the machines back home, but could never get it to work quite right, because apparently just not the right location. So, because Hawkins is apparently Hellmouth.
Yeah, pretty much.
But maybe there was enough of an opening somewhere from one of their experiments that he managed to get through and was captured.
So we'll have to see about that in the future. But also I love too...
Because that would explain why they also have an Indian organ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So... and I love too they did the donations and they gave Lucas's sister the Dungeons and Dragons. She actually looked down for that, so that was pretty cool. Will talking about how he won't join another D&D party. Like, there's how could I be in another party? It's never gonna be like this. That was really sweet.
They say that now.
Yeah, I know. But then again, eventually they'll learn the hard truth of eventually you get to an age where nobody has the time to do it, or they commit, and then somebody's wife has a problem with somebody else, and it just all goes to hell. But yeah, so Joyce moving everybody away. I mean, it works for an ending, but it pisses me off. And I get why she needs to get out of there, and she needs to get away from it all. But I mean, she ruined like half a dozen relationships in doing that. Like, Jonathan's a year away from graduating and being out on his own, and he had to leave Nancy. Will had to leave all his best friends he's known his whole life. She now adopted 11 and tore her away from Mike just as they declared their love for each other, which I can relate to, which is why that kind of got to me. Because, FYI, I've moved around a few times in my life. I was born and raised in Lexington. When I was about 11, I moved to Indiana for a little while, so I was in Carmel, kind of on the cusp of Indianapolis for about 4 years. And then I moved to North Carolina. I was on the side of Durham and Chapel Hill. And then about 7 years later came back to Lexington. So I've moved around, and I moved when I was like that age and had to leave friends, and even had the, oh my God, we just realized we're in love, and then had to move thing. There's a whole other story. So I definitely related to that, and that definitely got me teary-eyed. But you never really moved, though.
No, I lived in the same house from about age 5 to 27, and then I bought my own house.
Yeah.
So
and again, I'm not knocking that at all. I don't want that to come across that way. I'm just saying, I think that, not that you're the most emotional person, outwardly emotional person in the world, but...
I didn't even get misty-eyed. I mean...
Yeah. But you don't have that real connection either with that. You know, so again, I related.
I'm sitting here going like, yeah, Joyce needs to get out of there because she is having to... she may have suffered for the kids, but she has to take care of those kids. She cannot do that if she's constantly having a mental breakdown.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if the
kids will survive. It's not like they can't talk to each other.
Maybe. That gets tricky too. But anyway, I'm just pointing out.
I'm defending Joyce.
No, don't defend Joyce. She's horrible. I was just messing around. I'm messing around. But yeah, so, and they played that awesome version of David Bowie's Heroes. Mm-hmm. I think they played that earlier in the season. I think we might have started off with it or something. They've used that before.
Maybe they used it like in first season or something.
I was gonna say maybe again where I've been.
But it was like a weird rock version that was not like
maybe
at all. Period.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, so that was that, and of course Hopper was sad, and I kind of realized it right as he threw the guy in the thing. I'm like, oh shit, Hop's dead, because I saw the electricity stopping him from getting back across. I'm like, crap. And I was thinking, oh my God, it's either going to be Joyce or Hop a little bit earlier when they finally made their date and stuff. I'm like, they're getting too happy in a dire situation. Somebody's not making that of it alive. It's nice to get the Paul Reiser cameo at the
Yeah.
end with his kind of suspicious face looking at the thing like, is that fear or is that potential in his face? Or a fear of potential.
I think that's I am too old for viewing.
Getting too old for this shit. Yeah. Gorgeous shot though of all the helicopters going over the hill with Dustin on the radio and the mall off in the distance on fire and stuff. That was really cool.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that the key thing didn't, the electrical generator didn't have a big enough explosion to.
Yeah, take the whole mall. Yeah. Well, maybe that way they can play with the mall and some mall tropes in the future if it stays in Hawkins. Oh, and I love the news report at the end with the fake story about what's happened, and we both geeked out about how they started turning it into like the satanic panic of the late 80s. You know, they're like, oh, or occults and showing Dungeons and Dragons and all that.
Well, I think the mayor got nailed for working with the Russians.
The fraud and the selling of the buying of the lands and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it wrapped everything up really well. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they could end it there. I'm glad they aren't. But there were really no loose threads, except for then you get the post-credit tease, so.
Yeah, but as for what they would be doing going forward, it would kind of, easiest thing just like, okay, who still has contracts at this point?
Yeah. Well, and also, too...
because I can see them kind of getting rid of Hopper.
Yeah.
Because he was doing a bunch of acting work, like in the movies and stuff.
Yeah, same for Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah.
I still... well, again...
And Maisie, too. Not Maisie. God.
Yeah, you're thinking Maisie Williams, but Millie Bobby Brown.
Thank you.
Who was great in Godzilla. And by the way, I saw her in some interviews recently, and I was like, wow, she's really grown up. And she's like, I'm like still 15. And I'm like, I don't know what they're making you look like 20 already. It's weird. It was.
Is she really only 15?
That's what she said in the interview. Because even in this, there's some times when she's starting to look more aged than she is. So like, I don't know. I don't mean that as a negative. It was just kind of shocking when I found out. But point being, they did not time travel. So all my hopes, prediction, none of that happened. They didn't even hint at it. But as you were saying about what they do in the future, maybe they do go with the Stephen King It idea I was floating a little while back. With the flashbacks now and then. And get in some adult versions. I mean, that'd be kind of a neat way to take us somewhere new. And then you could get into time travel.
Yeah, the whole interview thing just reminded me. I saw one where they were talking about, because they had that mall was an actual mall.
Yeah.
And they were talking there. You see one scene when I think the scoop troop is escaping the security guards, and they slide down the escalator thing.
Yeah, the escalator. Oh, I guess they would have to. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So, apparently they threw that in because the kids were doing that on set anyways. It was kind of driving their set dressers insane because, I don't know, but...
I was thinking maybe they had to rebuild that just
They could be like, y'all stop doing that! And they'd be like, okay. Is anybody looking?
Well, I know like a lot of malls had to install things to keep people from doing that. Like little not spikes necessarily, but things that would stop you from sliding down it because too many people were doing it. Because like they do that a lot in the original Dawn of the Dead as well. So my understanding is that's like a defunct mall that they just moved into and built all the stuff. Because also I think I saw that mall in a Casey Neistat Christmas video last year where they were able to go in there and do like a charity wonderland for a bunch of kids, and they were like riding drones through the mall and like snowboarding off the second thing. That is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure. I'm not.
So I never slid down one, but I have run up the
wrong way.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to do that. That's a rite of passage. Like that. But let's see. Anything else happen in this? We got a nice little nod to Bob there, because Bob and Barb, because they were talking about mysterious deaths of the past. Yeah. I liked Hopper just gunning down everybody. The Russians when they got off the door. That was a very Indiana Jones style thing.
I like the fact that they're all wearing uniforms with bullet holes in them and nobody seems to really notice.
Yeah, well, granted, at the same time, by the time they ran into anybody else, the alarms were going off and everybody was panicking. So it's like, all right.
Well, there was that one security guard that Bald Eagle was
yeah, you think he would
joking
notice.
with.
Yeah. That was cute. And I like how the advice of just nod and smile totally worked for that one bit. That was really funny.
Yeah.
That he had the number off by 1, because he had an 8 instead of a 7. That was really cool. But yeah, I mean, just overall, it's an excellent season. I'm really glad. They definitely learned from their mistakes in season 2. I know I said that a lot, but I'm really, really happy with this. And now I'm going to have to get that Target exclusive vinyl soundtrack. So
Although I have to say, when Dustin was having to get the correct number from his girlfriend, and she's like, "Oh, she just did the thing."
Oh yeah,
yeah,
and then what you said I thought would have been really cool. Would have been a great callback. You know, because he in the first 2 seasons he was always doing the, and everyone's like, "Stop that, man! Stop that!" That would have been great. It was like, I don't want. All right, fine. It's like, oh.
It'd be like that's the one she actually works on, you know.
And which, honestly, too, yeah, that would. And honestly, if anything, I think that's one area where maybe that would have been better because you would have got the joke, it would have got the same thing done, but it would have done it in a shorter time. And as much as I liked the singing,
I know if I'm sitting here going like,
it kind of
it does
kills the tension.
The flow, yeah.
Yeah, like it kind of really drops the tension.
Yeah, I'm sitting here going like.
Yeah, especially like split screening and all this stuff, you know. And again, it makes for some great jokes, but I think her idea that would have played better because it wouldn't have cut the tension.
Although it's fun watching the adults just kind of dying inside, going like,
yeah,
are we seriously sitting through this?
God, no, all right. I hate kids. Murray or Maury? You know, it's like Bauman or something. Because I know Erica called him like Butt Man or Bum Man. Mm-hmm. That was really cute. He's like, why am I talking to this child?
Why am I talking to this 4-year-old?
Yeah, I'm 10, Bum Man. Mr. Bum Man. By the way, I want to mention this too. And I don't maybe I should. Okay, I'm really sorry. And I just, well, I don't know if I should. I feel like this might be kind of mean. Like, because I know in the past, when Stranger Things first started, Gaten Mazzarato actually saw one of my trailer reactions, Dustin. And he commented, and it was really, really cool. I was like, I felt so privileged, and that's why I immediately fell in love with Dustin. So I'm worried that like somebody sees this. But I just want to point out, see if it was anybody else picking up on this. So Erica totally looked like somebody. And the whole show, I was trying to figure it out. A couple episodes ago, I realized, oh my God, and hopefully she'll grow out of it. Because people change physically very much from that age. But she kind of looks like she has the face of Jaleel White. Urkel. I didn't want to say Urkel because she's not doing the Urkel thing, but it was kind of weird. So I don't know. Sorry. Sorry.
I have to look real hard.
I'll show you side by side. Yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to put that out there because I'm dumb.
I'm not sure what that has to do with Dustin, but okay.
Oh, because kids, sometimes the actors may see this, and I would feel bad if that actor...
Okay, because I'm sitting here, I was expecting you to say something about him.
Oh, no, I got nothing to say about him other than he's fucking awesome.
Remember that one line a couple episodes earlier where he's going like... He says this like, I don't have any collarbones. What?
Oh, yeah, the thing where he's like...
oh, yeah, he's missing bones.
Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. He was like, nope. He's like, touch my butt. I don't care. Just push me. That was cute. But yeah, no, I mean, again, this was a very funny season, but it was also dark. It was definitely the gruesomest. It had a really good mystery going on. So yeah, high praise for me.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to say about Stranger Things season 3?
I'll think about 5 minutes after we stop.
That's how this always works. We think of like 100 things. Like, what do you see in the theater? Spider-Man? I almost wanted to make another Spider-Man review because then like days later I had so many more thoughts about things.
I know we forgot to say anything about the Peter thing.
Yeah, and some other things. But we don't want to get in here because we don't want to spoil for people that haven't seen Spider-Man. I mean, that's in trailers and stuff, so. All right, well, there you go. That's our thoughts on Stranger Things Season 3. It was a hell of a ride. We did it in 2 days, so that's pretty cool. Now we don't have to worry about getting spoiled, so yay. But let us know, what did you think? What's your favorite part? What are your predictions for next season? Who do you think was the American in the cell? And all that kind of stuff.
Probably Hopper.
If it's anybody, yeah. Geek out with us in the... What if it's Barb? What if they're going to set up they do come back from the dead? No, I don't know. It's Billy. It's Billy Barb. It's half Billy and half Barb. It's like one of those drag acts where they turn side to side.
No.
All right. No. Let us know what your predictions are and all that kind of fun stuff. Geek out in the comments for sure. Other than that, you can click the thumbs up button. Give us a good old thumb of encouragement because it's 3:30 in the morning. And, but at least we'll get some Twilight Zone in tomorrow since we finish this. All right, so... hey, I guess we're going to get on out of here, watch some more stuff, and we'll see you all later.